Place de la République in downtown Paris was packed full with protesters this afternoon. I've been seeing posters with messages such as I stand with Ukraine. I also saw one that said Putin equals Hitler 2.0. I also saw Russians expressing their feelings about this war, saying we're Russian but we're against the war. We've been hearing chants and slogans also by the crowds with people saying Putin is a murderer, Putin is a murderer. I've also met with a few demonstrators here taking part in this rally. Notably, I spoke to a Ukrainian woman, a young Ukrainian woman, who told us about her fears about what's happening in her home country. She said that her father had to enlist into the army and is fighting the Russian forces. We also spoke to French people who have no particular link to Ukraine, but who wanted to come out here with a message of peace, an anti-war message. It's quite an impressive turnout here in downtown Paris. This event was organized by a collective of groups, including political parties, civil society groups, and charities, and thousands of Parisians have indeed heeded that call.
Yana, you mentioned there that you've spoken to some Ukrainians who live here in Paris. I imagine there are people who have family in Ukraine. Are you hearing any stories about those families being separated and wanting to be reunited?
Well, there's quite a relatively large Ukrainian community here in France, with between 17,000 to 18,000 Ukrainian nationals living here even before the conflict started. And many of those people would be wanting to find out if they could bring their family members back to Paris or to safety or anywhere around Europe where the shelling is not taking place. The French Interior Ministry and the French Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin estimated 2 days ago that 800 Ukrainian refugees had made their way to French soil, although many of those people were actually on their way, they're in transit towards other European countries. The EU actually announced exceptional temporary measures for Ukrainian nationals, and the French Interior Ministry announced that it will be at least 90 days given to Ukrainian nationals to move around as they see fit in the European Union. This is, of course, as the UNHCR has estimated this Saturday, that 1.3 million Ukrainians have now had to flee their homes due to the conflict, most of them to neighboring Poland. Many protesters at the rally here in Paris this Saturday have expressed their desire to welcome as many Ukrainians as possible here in France.